Korea is a coastal country with fisheries playing an important role in the country's economy and culture. Among them, mackerel fishing is one of the most important activities, closely linked to the lives of fishermen as well as providing essential food sources for the people and international exports. Main food source: mackerel is a fatty fish rich in nutrients, especially omega-3 fatty acids, commonly consumed in traditional Korean dishes such as grilled mackerel, godeung-o gui, and braised mackerel, godeung-o jorum. Economy: mackerel fishing and processing contribute greatly to the local economy, especially in coastal areas such as Busan, Jeju, and Tungyang. Exports: Korean mackerel, especially Atlantic and Pacific mackerel, is exported to many countries, including Japan, China, and European countries. Modern vessels: Korean fishermen use modern fishing vessels equipped with positioning systems and radar to find fish. Fishing techniques: common methods include gill nets, bottom trawls and ring nets, ensuring large catches while maintaining sustainability. Fast processing lines: after being caught, the mackerel are stored on board using a quick freezing system, helping to maintain freshness and quality when they reach port. East Sea: this area has an abundant supply of mackerel, thanks to the rich flow of nutrients. The waters around Jeju Island: this is where fishermen focus on catching high-quality mackerel. Namhae Bay, considered one of the places with the ideal marine environment for mackerel to live. Resource depletion: overfishing and climate change are threatening mackerel resources in the waters around Korea. International competition: Korea faces competition from other countries, especially Japan and China, in the exploitation and export of mackerel. Marine environment protection: reducing pollution from fishing activities and coastal industries is a priority to protect fish resources. Fisheries resources management: the Korean government has issued many strict regulations on fishing seasons and net sizes to ensure that immature fish are not exploited. Mackerel farming: in addition to wild fishing, Korea has also developed mackerel farming models to reduce pressure on natural resources. Value-added processing: mackerel is processed into many products such as frozen fish, canned fish and instant foods, expanding the consumption market. Mackerel is not only a food source but also a symbol of the attachment between Korean people and the sea. The image of fishing boats loaded with mackerel arriving at the port is the pride of fishermen and coastal communities. The mackerel fishing industry in Korea is an important sector, contributing to economic development while reflecting the traditional cultural beauty of coastal people. However, to maintain and develop the industry sustainably, it is necessary to combine modern technology, strict resource management and environmental protection awareness. How to commercially fish mackerel in Korean waters. The commercial mackerel fishing industry in Korea is one of the main fisheries sectors, using advanced techniques and technologies to effectively and sustainably exploit aquatic resources. Below is an overview of how to commercially fish mackerel in Korean waters. Mackerel fishing vessels are usually medium to large in size, equipped with GPS, sonar and radar systems to effectively detect fish schools. The vessels are designed with quick freezing compartments to keep fish fresh after catching, using sensors and cameras to monitor fish flows. Automate the process of netting and processing fish on board. Purse-seine fishing. This is the most common method, using a large net that surrounds the school of fish. Once the net is pulled close, the fish are herded into the middle and harvested. Suitable for fishing in shallow or near-shore waters, where schools of mackerel often gather seasonally. Trawling. Applied in deep or offshore waters. Bottom trawls are pulled across the seabed to harvest mackerel. This method requires large vessels and powerful technology, but can affect the marine environment if not strictly controlled. Longline fishing. Using long lines with thousands of hooks to catch mackerel. This method helps ensure high-quality mackerel, limiting the bycatch of other species. Set nets. Used close to shore. Fixed nets are placed in areas where fish often move. This method is less harmful to the environment and easy to control the number of fish exploited. using sonar equipment to detect mackerel flows, which often move seasonally. Mackerel schools often gather in areas with cold, nutrient-rich water currents. Fishing. Depending on the location and size of the school, fishermen choose the appropriate fishing method. The fishing process is quick to ensure that the fish are not damaged. After being brought onto the ship, the mackerel will be quickly frozen at low temperatures, about -40 degrees Celsius, to maintain the quality of the meat. Large ships often have onboard fish processing lines, including cleaning and packaging. The mackerel is brought to port for sorting and export or domestic processing. A large quantity of mackerel is transferred to processing plants to become canned fish, frozen fish or ready-to-eat products. Korea applies strict seasonal regulations to protect fish resources, usually from September to November, when the mackerel is at its highest quality. The government regulates the size of nets to avoid catching immature individuals, contributing to the protection of mackerel populations. Vessels are given clear quotas to prevent overfishing. Korea also promotes the use of environmentally friendly fishing methods, minimizing negative impacts on marine ecosystems. Rising sea temperatures cause mackerel schools to change their migration routes, making fishing difficult. Korean waters often face competition from fishing vessels from neighboring countries, especially China and Japan. Overfishing can lead to the risk of mackerel depletion if strict management measures are not taken. Use artificial intelligence (AI) technology to manage fish stocks and optimize fishing processes. Develop mackerel farming to reduce pressure on wild fish stocks. Participate in international organizations on fisheries resource management to ensure sustainability. Commercial tuna fishing in Korean waters is an important industry but faces many challenges. Adopting advanced fishing methods, complying with regulations, and promoting sustainable development will help protect resources and sustain the industry in the future. After tuna is caught in Korean waters, processing and consumption play an important role in enhancing the value of the product and meeting domestic and foreign market demand. After landing, tuna is classified according to size, quality, and intended use: fresh consumption, frozen, or processed. Mackerel is frozen at low temperatures, -40 degrees Celsius, to maintain freshness, natural flavor, and nutritional value. Individual quick freezing (IQF) technology is often used to keep fish from sticking together and facilitate export. Heading, cleaning, scaling, and vacuum packaging. Some mackerel products are sliced or seasoned before packaging. Canned mackerel. Mackerel is processed with vegetable oil or tomato sauce. Canned for long-term preservation. Smoked mackerel. The fish is processed through a traditional smoking process to create a unique flavor, suitable for the high-end market. Ready-to-eat foods. Mackerel is processed into products such as dried mackerel. Pre-fried mackerel, suitable for modern life. Mackerel is an indispensable part of Korean cuisine. Dishes such as grilled mackerel, godeung-o-gui, braised mackerel, godeung-o-jorum, and mackerel soup are popular in family meals and restaurants. Seafood markets. Fresh mackerel is often sold at large seafood markets such as Jagulchi Market in Busan. Supermarkets and convenience stores. Frozen mackerel and processed products are easily accessible to consumers through a modern distribution system. South Korea exports mackerel to Japan, China, and European countries. Korean mackerel is famous for its high quality and food safety. Mackerel products must comply with international standards for hygiene, food safety, and environmental protection such as HACCP, hazard analysis and critical control points. The mackerel fishing and processing industry plays an important role in creating jobs for thousands of workers in coastal areas. Coastal fishing villages and major ports such as Tungyang and Yosu thrive on the fisheries industry. Annual mackerel festivals help promote culture and attract tourists. The mackerel fishing industry in Korea is facing great pressure from climate change and the risk of resource depletion. To ensure sustainability, the government and related organizations have introduced many measures. Strict regulations on fishing quotas and permitted fish sizes. Korea invests in marine conservation areas and prohibits fishing in sensitive areas to protect marine ecosystems. Applying green technology, using environmentally friendly fishing vessels, reducing carbon emissions and limiting the use of fossil fuels. Developing mackerel farming models in coastal waters to reduce pressure on natural fish resources. Expanding export markets. Promoting the Korean mackerel brand in potential markets such as North America and the Middle East. Product innovation. Focusing on value-added products. Meeting diverse consumer needs and increasing profits. International cooperation. Participate in international organizations such as the North Pacific Fisheries Commission, NPFC, to manage sustainable mackerel resources. The commercial mackerel fishing industry in Korea is not only a major economic contributor but also a cultural symbol of a coastal country. With investment in technology, sustainable management, and market expansion, the industry will continue to grow strongly in the future, meeting domestic and export demand. The increase in the number of fishing vessels and heavy fishing pressure over the past many years has caused mackerel resources in some areas to show signs of decline. Climate change has changed the habitat and migration routes of mackerel, making fishing more difficult. Korean waters often face the presence of fishing vessels from neighboring countries such as China and Japan, leading to conflicts over fishing rights. Other countries also compete fiercely in mackerel exports, especially Japan, a country with a long-standing fisheries industry. Waste from coastal industry and agriculture affects water quality and the habitat of mackerel. The accumulation of microplastics in the ocean threatens marine ecosystems and affects the quality of mackerel. The price of mackerel can fluctuate greatly depending on supply, market demand and external factors such as fuel prices and weather. Increasingly stringent legal regulations. International environmental and food safety standards place higher demands on the mackerel fishing and processing industry, requiring large investment costs. Mackerel, rich in omega-3 and nutrition, is increasingly popular in the international market, especially in Europe and North America, due to the trend of consuming healthy foods. The application of modern technology in fish school detection, processing and preservation helps improve productivity and product quality. Automation systems on ships and at factories help reduce costs and optimize production. The development of near-shore or artificial farming technology for mackerel is an opportunity to reduce pressure on wild fish stocks and ensure a stable supply. Government support. The Korean government regularly supports the fisheries industry through policies such as financial support, investment in port infrastructure, and protection of fishermen's rights. Korea can leverage international events and its famous cuisine to promote mackerel as a high-quality national brand product. Implement a mackerel catch quota to protect sustainable resources. Encourage the use of environmentally friendly fishing methods. Invest in research and development, R&D. Fund research projects related to mackerel farming, marine biology, and processing technology, providing finance, equipment and training to fishermen, especially in offshore or less developed areas. Coordinating coastal states in the management of shared fisheries resources, including mackerel. Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO. Encouraging countries to adopt sustainable fishing practices and protect the marine environment. Using IoT, Internet of Things, to monitor fish flows and the marine environment. Using AI, artificial intelligence, to analyze data, optimize fishing locations and improve performance. Developing mackerel aquaculture, creating advanced farming models, combining biotechnology and environmental management to ensure mackerel quality. Enhancing international cooperation, strengthen cooperation with other countries to share experiences, technologies and develop common fishing rules. Respond to consumer trends by developing new products such as organic mackerel, ready-to-eat mackerel or products for children and the elderly. Invest in coral reef and marine ecosystem restoration and reduce plastic pollution to protect mackerel habitats. The commercial mackerel fishing industry in Korea is facing many challenges but also has potential opportunities for growth. by implementing sustainable management measures, investing in technology and strengthening international cooperation, Korea can continue to maintain its position as one of the leading countries in the global seafood industry. The process of commercial mackerel fishing in Korean waters includes many different stages. From preparing boats, locating fish schools, catching, preserving and transporting to ports. Here are the step-by-step details. Ensure that your fishing vessel is well maintained. From the engine, navigation system, radar equipment to the freezer compartment. Check the condition of your nets, lines and other fishing equipment. Stock up on fuel and supplies. Have enough fuel for the trip, especially when fishing far from shore. Stock up on fresh water, food and living equipment for the crew. Consider the season and weather. Tuna often migrates seasonally, so fishermen need to update data on ocean currents and water temperatures. Keep an eye on weather information to ensure safety during fishing. Modern fishing vessels are equipped with sonar to detect schools of tuna underwater using sound waves. Radar helps locate large fish moving on the surface. Observe natural signals. Observe natural signals such as seabirds, eddies or the color of the sea to determine the location of tuna. Combining information from the fishing community. Fishermen often share information about fish flows, helping to identify effective fishing areas. Send nets are dropped around schools of mackerel, then gradually pulled to gather the fish in the middle of the net. This method is effective when schools of fish are concentrated in large areas. Bottom trawling. Nets are pulled across the seabed, collecting mackerel in deep water. This process requires strong and well-controlled vessels to avoid damaging the seabed. Thousands of hooks are attached along long lines, set at suitable depths for catching mackerel. This method ensures high-quality fish, avoiding unnecessary harm to unwanted species. Set nets. Set nets are placed in fixed locations where fish schools frequently pass. This method is fuel efficient and has little impact on the environment. Mackerel are collected immediately after the net is pulled up. Clean the fish with seawater to remove sand, mud and other impurities. Quick freezing. The IQF, individual quick freezing, system on board helps to preserve the mackerel at -40 degrees Celsius immediately, preserving its freshness and nutritional value. On-board grading. The fish are graded according to size and quality, then packed into suitable containers for convenient transportation and processing. The fish are stored in cold compartments on board, keeping the temperature stable to avoid damage. The fishing vessel will dock at the nearest port to reduce transportation time. Refrigerated trucks are waiting at the port to transport the fish to processing plants